Okay, welcome to another video on math, seventh grade math concepts. Today we're going to cover area and circumference of a circle, and talk about the radius and diameter and how they're related. Okay. So for example here, when you have the radius is 3, well the diameter is double that. So think of double, double the radius. So if this is 3, well then this is 6. Okay, and then to get the estimated circumference, we're going to say pi is approximately 3, okay, or equal 3. And so we're going to use the equation pi is pi times diameter. So we're going to put here c equals pi times diameter. Well, because pi is 3 and my diameter is 6, so it's just 3 times 6, which is 18. And that's the circumference. Now, let's say they give you the diameter. Well, now you need the radius. Well, the radius is half of the diameter. So that means that we're going to cut this in half or divide by 2. So remember, this is half of the diameter, 1/2 of the diameter. Let me make this a little more clearly. And this is 1/2 the diameter. Okay. So if this is 5, well, this is half of that, which is 2.5. And to find the circumference, same thing. Pi times diameter. Pi is 3 times the diameter, which is 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. Number 6 there, the radius is 10. Well, the diameter is d for double. I double the radius, so I get 20. And then that's what I'll figure. That's what I'm going to use to get the circumference. C equals pi times diameter, which is 3 times 20, which is equal to 60. Okay. Now that's the easy part. The circumference is a little easier. Now let's go to the other side of this page, and we're going to see we have area. Okay. Now the area is a little more challenging. Okay. And for example's sake, we're gonna, instead of 19, we're gonna say this is 20. Okay. And so let's use the formula of the area is pi times radius squared. Well, this doesn't mean radius times 2. This means radius times radius. And so first of all, let's see what they give us. Well, first they gave us the diameter, says d for diameter. So I'm gonna say, okay, the diameter is equal to 20. But my equation wants the radius, so I'm not gonna use that. I'm going to cut that in half because half of the diameter is the radius and the radius is 10. And so now I'm going to use same thing. Pi is approximately 3. And so that's what I'm going to use. So it's 3 times the radius times the radius. Well, 10 times 10 is 100. And 3 times 100 is 300. So this is 300 centimeters squared, or square centimeters. You must keep the 2 on the units because it's a square. Area is measured in square units. Okay, let's look at another one. Number 4. We're going to say this is 13. Okay, and so let's look at number 4. So what do they give you? Well, they give you the radius. So if they give me the radius, I'm going to put it, the r is equal to 13. Well, just to information's sake, I'm going to put the diameter. The diameter is double, so I double this guy. So 13 times 2, or 13 plus 13, that will give me 26. I'm going to look for area, so in the area I need to use the area formula. Pi times radius squared, which means pi times radius times radius. Pi, I'm going to keep using 3, and so I'm going to multiply, okay, substitute the 3 here times the radius. The radius is already given to me, is 13. So times 13, and then times radius again, times 13. And so I know 13 times 13 is 169. And so this is 169 times 3. And 169 times 3, we'll put it here, 169 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Carry the 2. 6 times 3, 18. 19, 20. Carry the 2. And then 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5. So 507 centimeters squared. Okay, and that would be the answer there. Always remember square units for any area problem. Okay, I'm gonna do one more here. Okay, and for 15, again, we're gonna change this here. Instead of 15, we're gonna use 16 because I don't want to mess with the decimals right now. Okay, and so the diameter is 16. Well, what's the radius? Well, the radius is half of that, so the radius is 8. And we're gonna keep using pi as 3. And my equation is that pi times radius squared, that means pi times radius times radius. Well, I'm going to substitute the numbers. Pi is 3. The radius is half of the 16, which is 8. So 3 times 8, and then times the radius again. 8 times 8 is 64. And so 64 times 3, I'll put it here. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1, 19. So my answer is 192 square units. You must put the little square units. Okay, hopefully this helps you answer the problems. Good luck. Adiós. Los vemos mañana. Tengan buen día.